Hey, welcome back. I'm sitting down with Shannon Kaiser, best-selling author, travel writer, and life coach. And in this masterclass session, we're going to talk about how to get unstuck and overcoming those fears. So Shannon, if you could give just 3 of your most helpful tips on people who are at that point of just getting unstuck.
Yeah, getting unstuck, it's a good place to be, because if you realize that you're ready to move forward, that's a good place to be. So I think the very first thing, and both in my own personal journey and what I talk to life coaching clients with, is to really address your fear and look at it, because a lot of times we can just keep going and it runs rampant. So one practice I do is to actually write it down and say, what is my biggest fear here? And this can be for anything. It could be a romantic relationship fear. It can be a fear around your career. It could be a body weight fear. We have fears in so many different areas, so it's not exclusive to any one area. And write it down, whatever these fears are. And you can also put on this list your expectations of it. These are expectations are fears sometimes, like what if I fail? Or what if it doesn't work out? Those kind of disguise themselves, but those are fears as well.
Okay.
And so you write these down, and then a really great practice is to actually do columns. And on the left side, of course, are these fears. So my fear of the unknown, or I won't make enough money as a writer. That was a big one when I very first left corporate.
Okay.
And then on the right side, you actually put what you hope to happen, what you want to happen, or the possibility of greatness.
Okay.
And so you can see them side by side, and you can clearly see that on the right side, you're choosing what you want instead of what you don't want.
Okay. Yeah. So really being able to see right through that fear.
Totally.
And even in that mental shift, you're creating that pathway already. I love that.
Yes,
That's
yes.
brilliant.
It's a great empowering exercise for your own mind, body. Just comes forward. Yeah. So that's a good tip.
Yeah, that's a ton of great content to cover 3. But what else could you add if you wanted to add on?
Yeah, I think the very, very next step is to take action. Sometimes we get so paralyzed by our fear that we don't actually move forward. But guess what? As soon as you take one step, I call it baby steps, right?
Sure.
One step, all of a sudden, the path that perhaps you're fearful of will reveal itself to you, or the money that you were waiting for comes, and everything works out. So it really does require us to take action in our life, one step forward.
Great.
It's huge.
Yeah. Anything else to add on that?
Yeah, follow your heart. It all comes, I'm laughing because it all comes back to that, because fear really manifests in our head. When we drop to our heart, it's the loving presence. It's the opportunity to say there's a better way. And so when you get in touch with the conversation that your heart is trying to have with you, it really can allow you to feel confident taking that step. It can allow you to feel confident choosing the things that are in the right column.
Yeah.
So this whole kind of package works beautifully in conquering your fear.
Yeah, and I hope people don't miss the profoundness in that, in the simplicity of really, I know it gets thrown about a lot of following your heart, and people kind of throw it out just to be this airy-fairy notion.
Totally.
But there's something so profound in going back to that inner sense of knowing, correct?
Yeah, and I think that's why I kind of laughed when I said it, because we hear it so much, and it's like, but at the same time, there is this part of each one of us where we have a heart that's talking to us, and the fear is what's blocking it.
Yeah.
And when we get in touch with that, that's why, you can come play with the world in Kauai, right?
Yeah,
it's when you choose to say, I'm going to trust you for a moment, and let's see where are we going to go with this, and watch how miracles happen, your dreams come true, and everything you wanted is happening.
Yeah, love it. So in addressing the fear of the unknown, go ahead, make 2 columns, write down what your fears are, write down what your expectations are on the right side. Next step, take some action, and ultimately go back to hearing that inner voice and following your passion, following your heart. So I hope that was helpful for you. Shannon, thank you so much for this mini masterclass and sharing what you're doing.
It's been amazing. Thank you.
Love it.